Let's get started with our first news. The MMA community reacts to JDM beating Belal Muhammad, Jack Della Maddalena. Defied the odds with a truly punishing and relentless performance to beat Belal Muhammad and become the new welterweight champion. This wasn't just another title fight, it was a back and forth war that left fans on the edge of their seats. The intense battle served as the perfect way to cap off UFC 315, which took place in Montreal on Saturday night. From the very first round, it was clear that both fighters had come prepared for WAR, but what ultimately made the difference in this closely contested matchup was the sheer amount of damage that JDM was able to dish out. His strikes were sharp, precise, and unrelenting. He pushed the pace and maintained pressure throughout, leaving Belal visibly worn down by the championship rounds. When it came time for the judges to reveal their scorecards, the decision reflected the close but clear outcome: 48-47, 48-47, and 49-46, all in favor of JDM. The arena erupted in response, and shortly after, the online MMA community exploded with reactions. Morab Dvalishvili tweeted, "What a great fight," expressing his admiration for both fighters and congratulating JDM for his dominant showing. Duplessis chimed in with respect, saying, "Abba, well done, JK." A slightly cryptic but clearly appreciative message for both men. Ronaldo Moicano was short and sweet. "What a fight," a simple statement that captured the excitement and energy of what fans had just witnessed. Alex Volkanovski added his own twist, tweeting, "You got to be Jack," a clever play on words that hinted at how impressive JDM's win really was. Caio Balio brought some humor into the conversation, saying, "I have two facts after this night of UFC 315. 1. Belal can strike. 2. Imavov is still running." A funny but insightful remark that reflected on both Belal's performance and the broader welterweight division. Brian Ortega tweeted, "What a fight," echoing the general sentiment shared by fans and fighters alike. Michael Bisping, never one to hold back, said, "Insane fight. Congrats to both men," giving credit where it was due and acknowledging the heart shown by both warriors. Randy Brown went a step further, calling it one of the best welterweight championship fights ever. "Bravo, gentlemen." That kind of praise carries weight from a fellow fighter. Terrence McKinney tweeted, "This fight was insane. Respect to both men, and you, Bal, surprised us all," showing love not just to the winner, but to Belal as well. Jamahal Hill said, "Incredible fight. Simple, loud, and true." Derek Brunson admitted, "Wow, I was wrong. Deep down, I just knew we wouldn't get Islam versus Topuria. Damn," indicating how this upset reshaped possible matchups. Then came the big reaction from Islam Makhachev himself. He tweeted, "Time to become a double champion. Let's go." That message alone turned heads. He followed up with a respectful, "Head up, champion," referring to Belal. And after JDM's post-fight interview, Islam responded again. JDM had confidently said, "I think it's a beautiful challenge, you know. It's pound for pound #1. I'm going to get it. The hype is real. The MMA world is absolutely buzzing." Now, let's move on to the second big news of the day. Belal Muhammad reacts to losing the welterweight title. After an absolutely grueling 5-round war at UFC 315, Belal finally broke his silence. His performance was met with mixed reactions, and many fans were left wondering, what happened out there? Why didn't he use his elite wrestling earlier in the fight? Why didn't we see the usual pressure and pace that he's known for? To be fair, it clearly wasn't Belal's best night inside the octagon. The strategy seemed off, and while he did have his moments, he allowed JDM to dictate the tempo and land the more damaging shots. But even with that being said, let's be honest, you can't take anything away from Jack Della Maddalena, who pulled off a massive upset and delivered the kind of statement win that fighters dream about. JDM took full advantage of the opportunity, and now he's the new welterweight champion of the world. Still, all eyes turned back to Belal after the fight. The fans were curious to hear from him, to know what was going through his mind, and how he was handling the loss. And finally, in the hours following the event, Belal released his first official statement on social media since the defeat. His message wasn't filled with excuses or bitterness. Instead, it was a display of faith, gratitude, and an unwavering belief in the path ahead. He tweeted, "Allah's plan is the best plan. Alhamdulillah for everything. Thank you to all my supporters. I've been here before and I'll be back." A short but powerful message, one that showed the mindset of a man who knows that this loss does not define him. Belal has faced setbacks before. He's dealt with being overlooked, doubted, and written off by fans and analysts throughout his career, and every single time he's come back stronger. What stands out most in his response is the calm, unshaken faith. Even in defeat, Belal remains grounded. He's not pointing fingers. He's not blaming judges, referees, or coaches. He simply accepts the outcome as part of a greater plan and moves forward with dignity and resilience. And now, the big question becomes, what's next for Belal Muhammad? Will he get an immediate rematch? Will he need to win 1 or 2 fights before challenging for the title again? Or will the welterweight division move forward while Belal takes time to regroup and evolve? One thing's for sure, if history has taught us anything, it's that Belal is a fighter in every sense of the word. He's not done, he's not disappearing, and if his past is any indicator, he'll use this defeat as motivation to return even stronger. Whether it's in 6 months or a year, don't be surprised when Belal Muhammad is back in the title picture. So, what do you think? Can Belal reclaim the belt in the near future? Now, moving on to another shocking event that has the MMA world buzzing. Is Jon Jones drunk in Thailand? While UFC 315 grabbed the spotlight for all the right reasons, some unusual videos began surfacing online that had fans scratching their heads. The clips appeared to show Jon Jones, the UFC heavyweight champion, looking noticeably intoxicated while out in Thailand, and that quickly led to a flood of questions across social media. People are asking, what's going on? Why is Jones even in Thailand? Well, here's the answer. Jon Jones and Nate Diaz have both officially signed on as the head coaches for the second season of ALF Reality, a Russian-based MMA fight show backed by influencer Alfredo Auditor. The show's filming is scheduled to take place in Thailand, bringing 2 of the sport's most unpredictable personalities together under one roof. But even before filming kicked off, Jones was caught on camera in what many believe was an inebriated state. In one viral clip, Jones appears to be slurring his words slightly and struggling to keep his composure. Fans immediately started reacting, some defending Jones and calling it harmless fun, while others expressed concern, questioning whether he's truly focused on his role as a mentor or simply looking to party while overseas. This isn't the first time Jones has been at the center of controversy. His past issues with alcohol and off-the-cage behavior are well documented, and these latest visuals have reignited debates about whether Jones has truly matured as a champion or if he's once again slipping into bad habits. Now, while all of that was unfolding off screen, something equally important was happening inside the octagon. Another MMA legend stepped in to fight, but it may not be remembered for the reasons he hoped. We're talking about Jose Aldo, a former featherweight king and one of the most respected names in the sport. At UFC 315, he faced Aman Zahabi on the main card. It was a fight filled with action and tension from the very first round. Aldo came out looking sharp. In the 3rd round, he landed a devastating head kick that momentarily rocked Zahabi and sent the crowd into a frenzy. But Zahabi showed incredible heart and bounced back, taking Aldo down, controlling him on the ground, and finishing the round with some brutal ground and pound. When the dust settled, all 3 judges scored the bout 29-28 in favor of Zahabi. It was a tough loss for Aldo, his 3rd decision defeat in his last 4 fights. And now, the question looms large. Is it time for Jose Aldo to hang up the gloves? At 38 years old and with a legacy already cemented, some fans believe this should be his final chapter. Others still think he's got one more run left in him. But one thing is clear, between Jones's off-camera drama and Aldo's tough loss, UFC 315 gave us more than just fights. It gave us stories. In one of the most unexpected developments in recent MMA news, Jon Jones and Nate Diaz have officially signed on as opposing coaches for the 2nd season of the Russian fight program, ALF Reality. The show is the brainchild of popular influencer Alfredo Auditor, and it's already generating massive buzz across the MMA community. Now, if you're wondering what ALF Reality is all about, it's a unique and unconventional fight-based reality series that blends intense competition, dramatic personalities, and international talent. The first season was already a hit in Russian media circles, but with Jones and Diaz on board for season 2, it's safe to say the stakes and the spotlight just got a lot higher. Filming for the new season is taking place in Thailand, and while the cameras haven't officially started rolling yet, things are already getting wild. That's because, in a clip that quickly went viral online, the UFC heavyweight champion Jon Jones appears to be slightly intoxicated during a night out in the city. In the video, Jones is seen laughing, swaying a bit, and speaking with a bit of a slur in his voice. This sparked immediate reactions from fans and critics alike. Some said, it's just Jones blowing off steam, while others questioned if he's taking this new coaching coaching role seriously. After all, being a coach on a show like ALF Reality means guiding young fighters, setting an example, and showing leadership. Not partying before the cameras even start filming. But this is Jon Jones we're talking about. He's one of the most talented but also most controversial figures in the history of mixed martial arts. Whether it's dominating opponents inside the cage or making headlines for all the wrong reasons outside of it, Jones always finds a way to be at the center of attention, and this latest incident in Thailand is no different. To be fair, nothing in the clip shows Jones doing anything illegal or overly problematic. He's just having a bit too much fun, but with the responsibilities of coaching on a major international platform, some fans are hoping he focuses more on the task at hand, helping develop the next generation of fighters. Nate Diaz, on the other hand, has remained relatively quiet so far. No viral clips, no public statements, just that signature calm before the storm vibe. And that's what makes this matchup so fascinating. Two wildly different personalities, one chaotic show, and a lot of eyes watching. Whether Jones's late night behavior affects the outcome of the show or not remains to be seen. But one thing's for sure, the second season of ALF Reality is already off to a dramatic start, and fans can't wait to see what happens next. As always, stay tuned for more updates, because when Jones and Diaz are involved, anything can happen. Next up, Islam Makhachev sends a powerful message to JDM. Following the dramatic events of UFC 315, Islam once again took to Twitter. But this time, the lightweight champion wasn't just tweeting for fun. He had a clear, calculated, and challenging message aimed directly at the new welterweight king, JDM. And make no mistake, the tone was anything but casual. Islam tweeted, "You are not Volk. I will show you a different level. Keep my belt clean." A short, sharp statement. But those few words carried a massive weight. This wasn't just some post-event reaction. This was a declaration. Islam Makhachev is serious about moving up. He's not only thinking about it, he's calling his shot, and he wants to become the next double champion. For Islam, this isn't new territory. He's been dominant at lightweight, cleaning out top contenders and proving himself time and again. Now, with the lightweight division lacking fresh challenges, he seems ready to test himself in a bigger weight class. And what better target than the freshly crowned welterweight champ, JDM? But Islam wasn't the only one with something to say. JDM was quick to respond, and he did it with class, confidence, and a touch of swagger. During the post-fight press conference, reporters wasted no time bringing up Islam's tweet. When asked about the potential super fight and Islam's direct call-out, JDM didn't hesitate for even a second. He replied, "Yeah, I think that's a beautiful challenge. He's pound for pound #1. I think he deserves a shot if he wants to step up, but that's not my call. That's up to the UFC." Respectful but firm response from JDM, showing that while he recognizes Islam's greatness, he's not intimidated. And then, when asked again about Islam's specific message, JDM smirked and confidently said, "I know, come get it." That was it. No long speech, no trash talk, just 3 words that added fuel to the fire. Come get it. It's the kind of response that sends a message of its own. JDM isn't afraid. He knows what he just achieved by dethroning Belal Muhammad, and he's not backing down from anyone, not even the pound-for-pound best fighter in the world. And the night had more insights to offer. Reporters also asked JDM about any exchange he had with Dana White after the fight. While it didn't happen in the octagon, JDM revealed that Dana actually called him on the phone afterward. He said, "He was just happy, you know, happy for me. I mean, not happy that Belal lost or anything, but happy for me." That small detail says a lot. It shows that the UFC brass is firmly behind JDM as the new face of the welterweight division. JDM then joked, "We'll see what they think is next, chef next, right?" It's clear, JDM is confident, composed, and already thinking about what lies ahead. Whether it's defending his belt against Islam Makhachev, granting a rematch to Belal, or taking on another rising contender, JDM appears ready for the pressure and the spotlight. The welterweight division has officially entered a new era. The torch has been passed, and JDM is holding it with pride. And speaking of UFC 315 as a whole, the event was nothing short of explosive. The main event shocked the world as JDM pulled off the upset and took the title from Belal Muhammad. The MMA community was quick to rally behind him, giving him the respect he clearly earned in that war. Belal, despite the loss, showed nothing but class and promised to come back even stronger. Elsewhere, Jose Aldo's latest defeat sparked serious discussions about whether it might be time for him to consider retirement. Meanwhile, Islam Makhachev made headlines with his bold tweet, and JDM kept the energy alive with his fearless response. And let's not forget, John Jones was trending again, but this time for all the wrong reasons after footage from Thailand surfaced, showing him possibly intoxicated ahead of his coaching stint on ALF Reality. The landscape of the UFC is shifting rapidly, with champions calling out champions and divisions colliding. Fans are in for a wild ride in the months ahead. So, who should JDM fight next? Will Islam actually move up and challenge him? Will Belal get a second shot at redemption? Or will a new name rise from the shadows to shake things up? Let us know what you think in the comments, because the fight game just got even more exciting.